Hey family, welcome to the Family People. I'm Raymond, and this is Marvel United Ultimate Campaign, Everything Season 1. This is the final battle before we go into the Infinity Gauntlet mini-campaign. So really looking forward to that. But first, we have to defeat... We have Baron Zemo, who we have seen before. Doesn't have any special startup rules. So let's have a look at his special rules. So a hero with any crisis tokens at the end of their turn must use each of their tokens to cover one symbol on the bottom of the card they played this turn, keeping any leftovers. Symbols covered by crisis tokens do not grant actions to heroes in their next turn. When he bams, do 1 damage to one hero in Baron Zemo's location and give them a crisis token for the hero closest to it. Go clockwise in case of a tie. Heroes decide. Do 1 damage to one hero in Baron Zemo's location and give one crisis token to the hero closest to it. Okay. In the event of overflow, if one or more tokens can't be played, then give 1 crisis token to the hero closest to it. So facing off against Baron Zemo, of course playing it in hard challenge mode, so we've removed the double wilds, we have Vision and Scarlet Witch. So let us come down to the table and see what locations we'll be fighting around. So we've got the New York Police Headquarters, where you discard a thug from any location. We've got the Shield Helicarrier. At the end of your turn, you may move to any other location. We've got the Avengers Tower. Your end of your turn, you may search a card for one card in your deck and then shuffle the deck and place it on top. We've got the Shield Headquarters. At the end of your turn, you may discard one card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to remove a crisis token from anywhere. Then you've got Start Labs. At the end of the turn, you may swap a card from your hand to the card in a storyline. And finally, Avengers Mansion, you may draw cards until you have 3 in your hands. It's our healing location. So they are the locations that we have. Let's have a look at the threats that we'll be facing off against. So we have Beetle. When banned, discard a thug from this location. Beetle can be defeated by using 2 heroics in a single turn, okay, rather than trying to deal 4 points of damage. We have Moonstone. Bam, deal 2 damage to each hero in this location and 1 damage to each hero in adjacent locations. We have the Masters of Evil. As long as this threat is in play, henchmen cannot take any damage. Ouch. We have the Screaming Mimi. Bam, deal 1 damage to each hero in adjacent locations. Screaming Mimi can be defeated by using double heroic feats to the single turn. We have Fixer. Again, bam, discard a civilian in this location. Fixer can be defeated by using double heroic feats. And finally, we have Goliath. Bam, deal 2 damage to one hero in this location. Goliath can be defeated by using 3 heroic feats in a single turn. Okay, and we've got lots of health tokens to put out. So let's go ahead and put out some health tokens. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to just trying to think, but I was considering pausing the video. I'm just trying to think, who have we seen amongst these henchmen thus far in the Marvel United from a kind of movies and TV shows standpoint. So I think certainly we've seen Goliath, so we know of Goliath. And we'll have his own mini, I believe, in season 3. I'm not sure I've seen Fixer or Screaming Mimi or Moonstone. And nor Beetle. Although of course there was the DC Blue Beetle. But yeah, I'm not sure otherwise that I've come across any of the other characters. and maybe we will see them. Who knows? Who knows? I always find it interesting when you get people working together on a project like this. So Marvel working with CMON to produce these things. How it's all happening behind the scenes. Anyway, enough of my conflab. Let us have a look at. So that's the threats. We've set up the board. Everything's out. Let's have a look at our starting hands. So Vision begins with an attack. An evolving intellect, so gain a wild token for each location with no empty slots. Okay, and a double heroic feat. We've already seen where that can be useful. Got another double heroic feat. Nice. Got Sonic Energy Blast to do 3 attacks against a single enemy in an adjacent location, but there's nothing in the storyline for the next person, and we're going to move an attack. Okay, so we are kicking off as always with the villain. Now of course, because we don't have a special setup, we'll just roll a die to see where Baron will be starting. Oops. And he'll start on location number 6, so he'll be starting over here at Avengers headquarters with Goliath. Ooh, a big challenge. Okay, which means that our heroes will be starting over at Avengers Tower. Very good, very thematic, like it. Okay, so as long as this card is in play, henchmen cannot take any damage. Do we want to damage? Do we want to defeat them with heroic feats? We've certainly got a couple of good heroic feat cards at the moment. But let us see how we fare. In the meantime, let's draw a card. So Baron Zemo will start by moving 2, 1, 2, and he will then conduct his BAM. Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in Baron Zemo's location. Give a crisis token to the hero closest to it. In case of a tie, heroes decide. So who should we give a crisis token to? That's challenging. Let's give it to, I'm going to play strategic, and I'm going to give it to Scarlet Witch, on the basis that Vision will go first and then Scarlet Witch and then back to Vision. So he will lose a token from her, but hopefully will kind of optimize. Okay, anyway, back to the BAM. So that's done. Then we have to activate the BAMs for each of the dudes on the board. So henchman, discard a thug from this location. That's discarded. We have deal 2 damage to each hero in this location and 1 damage to each hero in adjacent locations. So that does impact our heroes as they are adjacent. So both will take 1 point of damage from Moonstone. Ouch. Oh, we're going to move an heroic feat from Scarlet Witch. Move an attack from Scarlet Witch. And the single attack. Okay, we were going around, so master plan doesn't have any impact. BAM, deal 1 damage to each hero in adjacent locations. Oh, that's not good. So our heroes are again going to take another point of damage. So we're going to do the evolving intellect for Vision. We can get KO'd straight off the bat here, folks. Wow. Sonic Blast. Who's got 3 hit points? Mimi has. Oh, this is challenging stuff, folks. This is challenging stuff. Can't see who's got what. 4, 5, 3, 3 lots. I mean, I can do either or, except I haven't got any movement. Depending on what cards we draw. We'll keep that one. Okay. Oh, this is tough already. Okay. And then Baron Zemo is going to put out a civilian in his location. 2 civilians in each of the neighbouring locations. We are almost at a point of overflow now. Well, we are at the point of overflow in 3. Half of the board is at the point of overflow. And when overflow occurs, all crisis tokens come out. Not good for us. But in the meantime, he has done his turn. It is over to us. Vision will start. Wait to move! Intangibility. You cannot take any damage until the beginning of the next turn. So it could be flipping useful at the moment. But it only gets him a move, which is not great. But it does mean that Scarlet Witch has a move as well. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do tangibility. We're going to switch to Scarlet Witch. We'll draw a card, double move. Not so fussed about that. Let's do double heroic feat. Combined with a move, it means she can move to Shield headquarters. Would I move him as well? Maybe. Yeah, why not? And she's going to do 2 heroic feat to take out Mimi. Oh, do you know what? I didn't finish going around the BAMs, did I? Apologies, folks. We got as far as Screaming Mimi. I didn't do Fixer. Discard a civilian from this location. Should have happened. Fixer can be defeated with 2 heroic feats, and Goliath deal 2 damage to 1 here in this location. Goliath can be defeated with 3 heroic feats. That was it. Apologies. Okay, that was a lot going on. Okay, so that is it for our heroes, and it's back to Vision. Sorry, draw another card. So we've got to move in heroic feat. In a single turn, we can do that, you know. We can get rid of Fixer. Oh, apologies. I needed to take the the crisis token and put it on one of those, but that's fine. It still works. Okay, so if I do a move and a heroic feat, then it means Vision can move from Shield headquarters to Stark Labs, and at Stark Labs he can use the 2 heroic feat in the storyline to dispose of Fixer, because we're not causing damage, we just defeated them. At the end of the turn, you may swap a card from your hand to a card in the storyline. Do I want to do that? Don't think so. Maybe. We'll see. He's played this. No, we'll leave the double. Okay, we'll leave as is. Okay, so that's it. We are back to Baron Zemo after our 3 actions. It is his turn, so we'll move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 over back with Goliath. He'll do his BAM, deal 1 point of damage to 1 hero in his location, which is none. Give a crisis token to the closest to it, going clockwise, which will be again Scarlet Witch. Okay, and so there's Vision, Scarlet Witch. So clockwise, Scarlet Witch first. That's his BAM. Then we've got to do the other BAMs around the board. Discard a thug, there are none. Deal 2 damage to this location, 1 to either adjacent, there are no one there. That doesn't do anything. Nothing there, nothing there. Oh, I've cleared these. That's 2 threats gone. Wow. And then finally, deal 2 points of damage to a hero in this location, and there are none. So that's fine. Okay, so that's all the BAMs done, and he's now going to put out, and this is where we come unstuck, folks, a thug in his location, and then a thug at 2 thugs at the Stark Labs, which we can do, and 2 thugs over at New York Police Headquarters, which, as you can see, is full. So back to his card. 1 or more tokens can't be added. Give 1 crisis token to the hero closest to it. going clockwise. So that is another crisis token, unfortunately, for Scarlet Witch. Okay. Special rules. A hero with any crisis tokens at the end of their turn must use each of these to cover one symbol of the card they've just played. Yep. So no impact yet. Will be impacting Vision's turn after Scarlet Witch has gone. But for now, that was it for Baron Zemo. And we are on to Scarlet Witch. Ooh, Chaos Magic. Another hero can swap one card from their hand with one from their storyline, face up. For a single wild. I mean, again, we're back to this heroic feats. Of not being able to take any damage. No, I'm gonna leave it as is. Leave it as is. Leave it as is. Okay. It's fine. And I think I will still play it anyway. For the ability. Because lots of movement doesn't really do me much, never mind. So we're going to do it on the basis that we can then move back to Avengers Tower and put 2 heroic feats. Now, on the Master Evil Henchman plan, work towards getting rid of this one. But we do need to do some rescuing or defeating or something. And then she places that over that wild token. Okay, so we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 thugs on the board, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 civilians on the board. Okay, so heroic feats may well be the way to go. Let's have a look. So we are over to Vision to draw a card. Single heroic feat. We'll use the double heroic feat. And that, I mean, can't even do anything. Can't do anything. So I think it's going to be a case of wasting the single heroic feat. Oh, I should have thought. It can't even move. Oh, flipping heck. Okay, so I think he's going to swap the double feet. Don't know, folks. Don't know. Okay. Back to Scarlet Witch. A single wild. Fine, whatever. So the final heroic feat she can use to clear this threat. And the other wild she can use to rescue a civilian. End your turn, you may search your deck for one card, set it aside, then shuffle your deck to place that card back on top. Let's have a look. What would be useful right now? I could do 3 points of damage to a single attack, a target in an adjacent location. Cancel the first damage from each hero would suffer from the effects of Masterman card. Got attack. Move heroic feat. We've got lots of attacks coming out of it. We've dried up the heroic feats now. Ooh, this is Tricky, folks. This is tricky. Go on, we'll go Sonic Blast. We'll go back Sonic Blast. Straightforward double attack. Let's do a straightforward double attack. Okay. So we're going to shuffle up those cards. And we'll put the double attack on top. Okay. The single wild is gone. That's it for her crisis tokens. And it is back to Baron Zemo, who will draw, move clockwise to the next location with the most civilians. That's definitely going to be this one. I say this one, pointing at it like you can see. It's definitely going to be New York Police Headquarters with 4 civilians compared to 2, 2, 1, 1. Okay, so Citizen V, discard all thugs and civilians in that location. Wow. Okay. Okay. Interesting. We cleared that. Or he's cleared that. That's it. No ban. No. Interesting. Okay. Really interesting. So we are back to Vision. Vision will. It's got a single wild. Flipping heck. It just seems really ponderous, folks. Not a double attack or anything like that out there. Okay, so I'll use the single wild to defeat a thug. Okay. Scarlet Witch will double attack. It's a wild, so she can move and do a double attack. It will put a line of sight, a line of fire if bams. I think we're going to have to do something, aren't we? So that's fine. Let's do that. So we're going to do wild as a move, and we're going to double attack to go to defeated thugs. And we are back to Vision, who's got wild and an attack. And a double attack. Okay, that's fine. We'll do 3 thugs. So, Stark Labs has been cleared of thugs. End your turn, may swap a card. I'll keep the card I've got, I guess. Back to Baron Zemo. So he's going to move 3. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3 over at Shield headquarters. And if you do Thunderbolts, add 3 thugs to Baron Zemo's location, and then bam. Ouch. So he can only add 2. So he's going to go down. So he's added 2 to Shield headquarters, so that's the maximum he can do. And then he's going to activate his overflow. Give 1 crisis token to the hero closest to it, which is going to be Vision. So it's over at Stark Labs. So Vision this time it will get the crisis token, and then he's going to bam. So let's remind ourselves: deal 1 damage to 1 hero in Baron Zemo's location, which is none, and then give a crisis token to the next hero closest, which again is Vision. So here to here, so that's 2 crisis tokens onto Vision. quite crippling. And then we bam everything else. So, working backwards, deal 2 damage to 1 hero in this location, which is none. We've got, here we go, discard 1 thug from this location, which is none. And, oh, sorry. Deal 2 damage to each hero in this location and 1 damage to each hero adjacent. So unfortunately, Scarlet Witch does get knocked out. Ouch. I'm taking the shuffle up. So she is knocked out. Ooh. On the positive, she does get to redraw her hand. Okay. So that is it for Thunderbolts and the Baron Zemo. We are back to Scarlet Witch. So she will stand up and draw up. 1, 2, 3. Lots of double icons, if you like. And we've got a heroic feat and an attack in the storyline we can use. So we could do. Ideally, we want to defeat 3 thugs. Do we expedite Baron Zemo? I probably don't want to do that just yet. Got it. I mean, Moonstone is pretty vicious where we are at the moment. 2 points to that location, 1 on each adjacent. So again, she's covering half the board over here. That really is quite painful. Therefore, do I try and just take her out? Guess I'm going to have to. I've got no way to do it other than by attacking. So we'll play the move and attack. She'll stay where she is. We've got 2 attack, a move, and a heroic feat. So she'll do 2 points of damage to Moonstone. And a heroic feat, she'll rescue a civilian. Now she can move. Try and maybe get another attack. I'll prop her deck. So I can move and attack, perhaps. Oh, she can stay where she is. No, let's stay where she is. I'll take a pat. Okay. Vision. Oh, she's got a move and a heroic feat, and a move and an attack in the storyline. Remove this a crisis token from anywhere. That's yeah, that could be handy because at least then he'll pass something on to Scarlet Witch. So he's going to do his move and heroic feat, which means he has 2 moves, an heroic feat, and an attack. So let's have a look. See, it's here. So he can do a move and an attack, which is 1 more thug to the mission, and a heroic feat, which is 1 more civilian to the mission. And then he won't move again. He'll stay where he is. And then he'll activate the end of turn action. May discard 1 card from your deck to remove a crisis token. So because he's played those, hero and a crisis token at the end of the turn must use each of the crisis tokens to cover the symbols. So at the end of the turn then he'll remove 1 crisis token. So let's have a think. Scarlet Witch currently has a move and a heroic feat and a double move. Ideally we want to be attacking. Neither of them are attacks, so thanks for that. Move heroic feat. Heroic feat. Okay. So let's remove the heroic feat. Crisis token. So that's gone. So at least we'll get an extra heroic feat, if not an attack. We'll see. So it's back to Scarlet Witch. Psionic energy field. Cancel the first damage each hero would suffer from the effects of a master plan card. It's not much cop, I have to say. But with 2 heroic feet, she could clear. Okay, this is how it's going to roll, and we'll see if we'll survive. So she's going to use her move and heroic feat, giving her 1 move and 2 heroic feat, which means she can move, do 2 heroic feat to defeat Beetle, which is the 4th and final threat needing to be cleared. So that is gone. Which means Baron Zemo is expedited. Not quite sure what happened there. There's a stray card. So we are back to Baron Zemo, who will move 1 and bam, and put out civilians. So let's have a look and see what's going on. So he's going to move 1 clockwise. He's going to bam, well, there's no heroes there. And then he'll give a crisis token to the next closest clockwise. So that will be Scarlet Witch, which we can take. That's fine. And then, while we're on BAM, Moonstone's going to do a point of damage to Scarlet Witch. We'll do the psychic energy field. That's fine. And he's not going to do 2 damage to 1 here in this location. It's none. Okay, so that's it for BAM. And he's going to put out civilians. So we'll have 1 civilian on his current location and 2 civilians in the adjacent locations. Oh, so we've got an overflow here, but we can put out 2 civilians over there. So in the event of overflow, put another crisis token on the next hero clockwise. So Scarlet Witch gets another crisis token, and it is Vision's turn following Baron Zemo. So that goes to storyline. Vision draws a card. Solar Gem Blast. Add all attacks at the bottom of the last 4 hero cards in the storyline. Deal that much damage to a single enemy. Unfortunately, we've currently got. Oh no, we got 2. We got. Last 4 hero cards. I didn't say including this one. So we'll do 2 points of damage, but we need to clear those 2 thugs. But we can do that. So let's do that. So he's going to do 2 points of damage to these 2 thugs. That clears that. So Baron Zemo is now vulnerable. Apologies, I didn't put his health tokens on, so let's do that. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, folks, so he is now vulnerable. And I've got no crisis tokens, but there's no icons there for me to put anything down anyway. So we are over to Scarlet Witch. She has 2 crisis tokens. Movement. Okay, thanks for that. I don't know what to do, folks. I do not know what to do. So you can swap stuff in a storyline. She's got attacks in there, so let's go with that then, shall we? So she's going to move 2. That's all she's going to do. She'll move 1, 2 to where Baron Zemo is. And end of her turn, she can swap a card from her hand with 1 in the storyline. So she's going to go for a double attack. Going to go for. Okay, so that's it for the heroes. It is back to Baron Zemo, who is now vulnerable. He's going to stay where he is, and bam, of course he is. So do 1 point of damage to Scarlet Witch. She is not back out again. And then 1 crisis token to the hero closest to it, clockwise, which of course, because she's knocked out, will go to Vision. 2 points of damage to nobody, 2 points and 1 point each to nobody because there's no one there. We're all over here. Okay, so that is it for Bam. He stayed where he is. This could be the clincher, folks. But I've only got 2 movement in the timeline. Why am I drawing his next card? Apologies. We are over to Vision. Oh, flipping heroic feat. What? But it's not what I want at all. You may swap 1 card from your hand, 1 in the storyline. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Is that going to make a difference? Don't know. Urgh. You may search your deck for 1 card. I mean, he has got 2 cards, but it does move him further away. Puts a move in the storyline, so that gets covered up by a crisis token. So he will move to Avengers Tower, and you'll have a look at what we've got to an attack. Gain 1 token, wild token for each location with no empty slots, which is currently 1. So not much cop there, and then we've got a single attack. So I'll go back in that order because there's nothing to shuffle. And we are back to Scarlet Witch, who draws 3 cards. 2, 3. Energy Blast. 3 points of damage against a single enemy in an adjacent location. Oh no! Oh, I can't flipping do it. She hasn't got a move. Oh, what? Sonic Energy will cancel the first damage from each hero. Oh, flipping it. Oh wait, 4 cards. Oh, double attack, double attack, double attack. Flipping heck. Okay, she'll play. She'll stand up and she'll play. Oh, I thought I had it then. So she stood up and she's going to play her double attack on Baron Zemo and do 2 points of damage to him. He has 1 point left, folks. 1 point left. I'm going to swap my psionic. I'm going to swap that. Was it a move and attack? I'm going to swap my move and attack with the double attack because that's the ability to swap. So I've done that. Heroes have done their 2 actions. It is back to Baron Zemo, and he's going to move to 1 and 2 over police headquarters, and he's going to bam, which will do no damage to anyone there, but he'll put a crisis token back onto Vision again. Okay, and then he's going to put out some thugs. Let's have a look. So we've got 1 thug here, 2 thugs over there, and 2 thugs which can't be placed, which is then another crisis token onto Vision. Ouch. Okay, so that's him done. I don't think I've filled the whole of this up before. Okay, so Vision draws. He's got an attack, got a move and attack in the storyline. So he can move and do 2 attacks. Flippin' heck. And that's not going to help Jessica. Oh, painful, folks. This is painful. Am I better to do a heroic feat? Don't think it will make much, never mind. Let's move and do 2 points of attack on Moonstone. She's one step closer to dead. And we are over to Scarlet Witch, who has drawn all of her cards. Oh. There's the option of a move and attack. In the storyline, she could swap if she stays where she is. Do I really want to stay where I am? Not really. Oh, and he needs to put his crisis token on his single attack. So it's literally whatever she's got. We've got nothing. Flippin' heck! The carriage right around there, and he's still got something on it. Darn it. What's he got? 5. Let's do the Sonic Blast against Goliath and do 3 points of damage to Goliath. That's it for our turn. Back to Baron Zemo. She's going to move 3. Oh, this is where you wish you kept the flipping card. Right. So, 1, 2, 3. Oh, if I kept that bloody Sonic Blast. Should I have swapped it? Should I have swapped it? I wouldn't have known. Wouldn't have known, or I could have kept it just to do him and finish him off. Oh, why didn't I swap it? Why didn't I swap it? Anyway. Okay. Didn't swap it. It's what it is. Right. There's times you kick yourself. Okay, we're going to put out some civilians. Let's finish his turn. So we've got a civilian where he is. We've got 2 civilians next to that which can't be put out. So we put a crisis token out onto Scarlet Witch. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that didn't impact anyway. So another crisis token. Okay, and then we're going to put 2 civilians out onto Stark Labs. Okay, and that's it. That's his turn done. We are back to Vision. We'll draw his final card. Get a token for each location that is full. Got 2 wild tokens and puts a wild on a storyline that he can use. Flipping heck. Okay, puts a wild on a storyline that he can use, which we can then use to defeat Moonstone with a final point of damage. So Moonstone's gone, which means at the end of his turn he can move to any other location. Do I move to where Baron Zemo is? Do I think he's going to move somewhere else? Can I do anything else if I go anywhere else? I search your deck for a card. Can't do that. I've got my last card. Oh, folks. Okay, I'll move to where Baron Zemo is and we'll take luck as to what it does, what he does next. Okay. And that wild. Oh, he's got 2 tokens. He's got 2 tokens. For each. Yes, he's got a token, which means he can spend that wild token, and he's just moved to where Baron Zemo is. He will spend that wild token to lay the final punch onto. Oh no, he can't. Oh, flipping heck, he can't, because it's the end of his turn. What did he do? He did a wild. But he was over here. Was he here? Yeah, he was over here. He did a point of damage. can't do it. You can't do it. Ah, I can't do it. Ah. Could you do it any other way? Wait. Okay. Rewind, folks. Rewind. Rewind. Okay. Moonstone is here. 1 hit point. He just played his card, which is a wild, and he's got 2 wilds as a result of playing that wild. So what he can do then is use a wild to move, use a wild to move, and use a wild to attack. Haha! That gets rid of the final hit point for Baron Zemo, and Baron Zemo is taken out. Oh, flipping heck. That. Wow. I mean, come on, folks. One last card for Vision would have been the same for Scarlet Witch. Lots of crisis tokens. She's already been knocked out once. We made him vulnerable, but we needed to land that final blow, and we did it. I had to rewind. I apologise, but no, that absolutely had to be done. Absolutely had to be done. I wouldn't have done it any other way, and particularly once making that mistake of turning that card or not replacing, swapping that card back from the storyline, and I didn't want to take it because I'd already then revealed where Baron Zemo had ended up. It wouldn't have been right to take that back. He would have then moved 3 and Thunderbolts. 1, 2, 3. He'd been back over this side of the ball. We just wouldn't have caught him. Wouldn't have caught him. And then bam, more crisis tokens. He didn't have any further attack. That would have been game over. Oh no, he could have moved and attacked. Maybe. That would have been ridiculously close. Ridiculously close. Using his wild tokens, he might have been able to do it next turn. Oh, wow. Okay, love it. Absolutely love it. Those crisis tokens are always a challenge, whatever they're doing, whether they're sat on locations, filling up zones, or attaching themselves to your characters and then causing extra damage, or whatever it is. What a wonderful mechanic. They always work so well. Fantastic, great fun as always. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you for watching as always. I hope you've if you have enjoyed it, then please hit that like button. If you want to encourage me to do more, then hit that subscribe. Like I say, this was the final baddie. Before now we have the mini campaign, which I'll try and film the whole thing back to back, so it'll be a number of, I haven't decided yet how many, a number officially 3 of the 4 Children of Thanos, and then the big finale will face off Thanos with however many Infinity Stones he happens to have acquired. There is a brokenness to it. There absolutely is, though. There's certainly at least one Infinity Stone. I think it's the Reality Stone, as you can imagine. You know, we've seen the films, haven't we, folks? Yeah, that if you could change reality, that is immensely powerful. Okay, and it does come across in the game as to that effect. We'll see what happens. But as always, thank you for watching. And yeah, I'll see you again at the table soon. Thank you.